Hello everybody, this is James. I'm going to give a quick overview. Now to begin, you'll want to make sure you have your texture size set fairly low. Once you have drugged the material onto your mesh, you'll want to open up the No Paint Mask Generation folder first. Here you'll find these two, AO here and Curvature here. On the AO here fill modifier, you'll want to drag the baked ambient occlusion. Under the Curvature here fill, you'll do the same for the curvature map that was baked out. Moving on to the next area you'll be working in is the painting folder. Here you will paint all of the masks that will filter through for a good looking skin. You'll start from bottom to top. Skin, tattoos, markings painting, and then you'll go down to core skin mask painting. I'll give a quick example of how this can work, of the kind of changes you can expect. You'll want to make sure you have the mask that you're painting selected, and from there you'll select your brush. Right now I'm going to use a bark brush, very basic. I do have symmetry on, and then I'll paint here and you'll see it somewhat lessens the saturation of the skin, making it more pale. It's a subtle effect, but it is there. You can alt-click to preview. And that covers the basic painting. All of these layers are labeled appropriately and will tell you exactly what they're for. Moving on, we'll be looking at the wound painting layers. You have both healing and fresh variations of these, with various filters automatically applied to the masks you paint. With this material, I'll be sending some basic brushes as well as an export preset that you'll want to use. Please note, since I'm working in 1024, this is not the greatest example. That's the healing cuts layer. For basic cuts, it comes out very different. Note that it auto-generates irritation around wounds, so you don't have to worry about it. Next, we'll go over makeup. Again, bottom to top. These masks interact very directly. Lipstick will remove from foundation, etc., etc., to get an appropriate look. I'm going to use the bruise brush that I'm going to be shipping just to give an idea. I'm not going to worry about where I'm painting this. You can see here in the preview, although not very well because I'm working in a low quality shader, that it increases the specularity of the area, lowers the roughness. This is designed with a PBR workflow in mind based on metalness roughness. Your foundation layer will actually draw very directly from the skin color to ensure that it blends well. You'll note that it smooths out the pores of the skin, the roughness of the area. It's very subtle, especially on the lighter skins. Base powder works very similarly. You're more likely to notice the difference in renders rather than in the preview viewport, depending on what quality of preview you're working with. The final through material layers, skin, bruising, and scars. Overall skin tone. In this layer, through the modifiers, you'll be able to change them to anything you like. First, you'll want to start with the gradient. Make sure blend color and linear is off. You want a smooth transition. You'll select your gradients. I'll choose something extreme. Note that the changes you make here will not be immediately visible. I'm going to go some just so it's visible. Once I start changing some other things, we'll go purple, green, and red. From there, you'll go to HSL Perceptive. As you darken the HSL Perceptive modifier, you'll note that the colors you selected will become more visible. You can also, instead of doing that, up the saturation. And you can change the overall hue. You can see that all the color gradient selections are visible in the skin even without any mask painting. This allows subtle variations in color over the material and gives a more natural overall look.